Hi, I'm Lynette, and this is my Aviv story. Well, I had been struggling with long COVID for about a year and a half, but we had planned on moving here to Florida. So we came in June of last year. I had tried all kinds of doctors, naturopaths back in California, couldn't find anything that would relieve the symptoms permanently. At the time, I was really struggling. It was a very difficult moments. My long COVID had gotten to the point where I couldn't even be involved with the selling or buying of any homes. My mind was not there. I didn't know what was happening. I lost cognition, attention, retention, which is when I had to stop my reporting job. I could not teach yoga any longer. I had tinnitus. I had lots of neuropathy. I had insomnia to the point where I couldn't even put myself to sleep. The nerve issues like tremors, I had collapsed a few times. The hardest part, I would say, was the loss of connection too, because I was such a loving and high functioning person that loved to connect with people. And I lost that. It was just terrible. Our neighbor across the street was going through Aviv. She showed me the pamphlet on Aviv and explained it to me. And so that's when we had come to Aviv, and that's when I had my first sign of hope. So after I had the SPECT scans, but my blood test came out fine, Dr. Alvarez said, "This is how we know what you've got. You've got long COVID." That was the real proof that I knew what was going on, because your brain controls everything. Your brain controls everything in your body. There were times where I felt like I was losing hope again, and I would just talk with one of the medical personnel and say, "This is what's happening," and they'd say, "Oh, that's good. That's really good. That means your brain's working." And you can feel your brain like working during this period of time. If I had not gone through the program and had come here, I would be in the same boat. I would be isolated. I would be not going anywhere, not connecting with anybody. I wasn't cooking. I wouldn't put my house together, which I have. We've bought furniture and put a whole new house together. I was able to do that, which I couldn't, like I said, I couldn't pack before I left California. So, yeah, this program really helped me with all of that. Aviv is just a one-of-a-kind place. It's not just the HBOT, it's the triggers in the protocol that Aviv has figured out is what is healing and stimulates those stem cells. For those who are going through the long COVID, you could come to Aviv. You will be forever changed. Stick with the program, go through and do what you need to do. My daughter, right after I finished the dives, she had our first grandson, and she and Jeff, her husband, just can't believe how this changed me. They didn't know what was going on. They were very, very scared. And my husband, whenever he comes into Aviv, like for an event or something, he always tells them, "You saved my wife's life. You saved my wife's life." So, yeah, it's just like, I'm so grateful.